Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Michelle. I'm your host, Michelle Hart, your #1 nutritionist and fat loss specialist. This show is all about how to eat, move, and live to have a fit and healthy life. Today's topic is how to get a flat stomach by doing the right detox. So here's the thing, if you don't have a flat stomach, you're likely congested in this area here, and we need to get the toxins out. And so I understand exactly what that feels like, because years ago, when I was in my 20s, I didn't have a flat stomach. And actually, when I was traveling Mexico and I saw this one really fit woman, it changed my whole life. I thought, well, if she can have a flat stomach, I can have a flat stomach. So it was only until after I had kids and I did the proper detox that I finally got the flat stomach. And this is not by dieting. This is just by eating healthy organic foods and exercising in a way, but actually eating and living and moving in a way that is fit and healthy. There's no depriving, so it's not really that hard. But today I do want to leave you with 3 top tips that you can start with right away to get your flat stomach by doing your detox, okay? So here's the sad truth. Sorry, but it'll end in a good way, okay? There's 260 different chemicals that our body is bombarded with all the time. And what happens is we actually begin to store it if there's too many chemicals. And so a lot of people store it in their midsection, and that's why we have that little jelly belly. And so what we want to do is the solution is to get rid of the toxins so that you can have that clean, flat stomach and feel clean and lean and have that maximum energy, okay? So let's start by seeing how toxic you are. So I actually have a quick little questionnaire. And what I want to do is just go through your main organs of detoxification to see if they're sluggish. The first one is the liver. That is your main organ of detoxification. Hi, Laura. The second one is, nice to see you. The second one is your kidneys. We want to see how toxic that is. And then your gastrointestinal tract. So those are the 3 areas that I'm going to be focusing on today. So here is the question. Let's find out how toxic you are. So with the liver, the question is, does wine make you sick? If that's a really high yes, then likely your liver is congested. Are you easily intoxicated with drinking alcohol? If that's the case, then again, your liver is congested. Do you have hangovers after having alcohol? I mean, like a couple glasses of wine. Do you really feel horrible the next day? Are you sensitive to perfumes, alcohol, that you can smell, solvents, like walking, so someone's got perfume on and you walk by and it really makes you ill? Well, you're likely quite toxic actually. Are you sensitive to tobacco smoke in a way that's really sensitive, like it just really makes you feel ill as soon as you start to smell it? Do you have hemorrhoids or varicose veins? That is definitely a sign of liver congestion and portal congestion really, and you want to really pay attention to that because that's a sign that your liver is congested. Also, do you have like chronic fatigue? That means when you wake up, do you have energy or not? If you're not, your liver's sluggish, and we want to really take care of that. The other thing is, does your sweat, when you exercise, does your sweat have an odor to it? That's your liver congestion. Okay, so we talked about liver. Now I'm going to move to the kidneys. So how you know, I have to look at my questionnaire here. How you know that the kidneys are overwhelmed and they need to be cleared of their toxins is, it's coming. Here we go. It's a very short list. Does your urine have a smell to it, like an off odor? Do you have pain in the mid-back section? So in here, because your kidneys sit here, do you have pain in this area here that you can't figure out why you have the pain? Is your urine frothy? Does it look frothy? It really should be clear, and it should not smell anything unless you've had a B vitamin. But really, your urine needs to be clear and not frothy and not have this weird odor. And are you frequently urinating? Like you have that urge and you can't hardly wait and you've got to run to the toilet. Well, you know that your kidney's congested. So we talked about liver, we talked about kidney, and now we get to go to the gastrointestinal tract, which is this area in here that we need to flatten. So do you have gas and do you have belly bloat? Do you have heartburn or acid reflux? Do you, after eating, do you bloat like you're pregnant? Okay. Does your breath smell bad? That is a sign of toxicity. okay? Are you overreacted to, like aggravated by certain foods, like overreacting to like a number of foods? That's not good. Do you have diarrhea or constipation? Because really we need proper bowel movements. When you do, you know you have good digestion. If you have diarrhea one day and constipation the next day, that is a sign of a gastrointestinal stress, and that's usually actually parasites. Yeah. Can you see food in your stool? Because if you do, you know you're not digesting it. Or you could, maybe you're not chewing enough, but really, if you're constantly seeing food in your stool, then we really need to pay attention to the gastrointestinal tract, get that fixed so you can have that flat stomach. Do you have nausea or vomiting? Do you feel this sense of illness or wellness? Do you feel unwell? That took a while to get out, didn't it? So those are the main organs of detoxification. If you scored high in any of those, we know that you're carrying these toxins. And really, the secret to getting the flat stomach is clearing the toxins from those organs. I'm telling you, it works like gangbusters. So now I'm going to talk about 3 top tips that you can start with straight away to detoxify and get that flat stomach and have maximum energy for the day. So the first tip is don't put the toxins in. So we want to get rid of the sources of toxicity. So the number one, I believe, source of toxicity that most people aren't aware of is they're drinking tap water. Don't drink tap water. Tap water is full of chemicals. It's got chlorine, which destroys the good bacteria. We don't want that. And you're also drinking chemicals. You don't want to put more chemicals in because your body's already too toxic. So all I want you to do is just get a filter and just filter out just get reverse osmosis. That's all you have to do. Just get clean water. You don't have to go the fancy smancy, all these, Kangen water and all these alkaline waters. To me, it's a waste of money. And then unless they show me efficacious research that really does make a difference, I believe if you can just drink clean water and eat properly, get your digestion working, you're going to get your own minerals from your food. You're not going to definitely get it from your water. Get it from your food and just drink clean water. Okay? Because we know water is full of toxins. The other one is we don't want to drink moldy coffee. We don't want mold in our coffee because coffee is one of the most highly sprayed crops. So make sure your coffee is mold free. So for me, I order this from the States. It's an investment, but you know what? I love my coffee. And this one is guaranteed to be mold free and it's pesticide free. It's a medium roast. So it's actually high in what we call collagenic acid, and also it's high in polyphenols. So I know I'm actually getting nutrition from this. And so this is what I order from the States and I use it. And I kind of use a little bit of coffee from Nature's Fair that's a dark. So then it reduces the cost of this because I buy something at Nature's Fair that's a little bit less costly and I kind of balance out the pocketbook that way. But it is organic at Nature's Fair. So I get organic dark coffee and I mix it with this. Okay, and I have it every morning in a Bodum. That's what I do. The other thing is don't drink wine that's not organic because you're drinking so many pesticides and that will destroy your hormones. I'm telling you, you have hormonal issues, don't drink wine that is non-organic because you're gonna trash your hormones. It really does destroy it. So what do? I get low sugar, organic, biodynamic wine from Summerhill Winery. Now, when I was toxic and I had that belly, I could not drink coffee and I could not drink wine. Why? It would take me out. So actually I did the work to do the detox. Now I have coffee in the morning and I have wine at night and I feel like really, really good. If I didn't feel good, I would not do that, okay? So I'm just letting you know that you can get there. You gotta do the work to get there. You know what? You can enjoy these little treats and enjoy life again, but you gotta do the work to do it, okay? So the other thing is we need to pay attention to what we call the most toxic vegetables and fruits that are in the supermarket. What I want you to do is I want you to get organic, okay? So I looked at the, I know it's backwards, I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix it, but EWG.org is where you wanna go, and they have this Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 list. So on the Dirty Dozen, you don't want to buy these conventional. You wanna buy these vegetables and fruits organic. Why? Because they're full of chemicals. So just get these organic. Strawberries, do not eat strawberries that are not organic because they're full of chemicals and that will not allow you to have this flat stomach. So this is all about looking good and feeling good, okay? So we want organic strawberries. We want spinach that's organic. We want kale that's organic. We want nectarines. We want apples and grapes and peaches and cherries and what are we having here? Tomatoes and celery and potatoes and pears. This was just printed off today. So this is like the latest list. So please, those fruits and veggies, eat organic, okay? And these are the clean ones. You don't have to really worry about organic because they're not really highly sprayed. And what are they? They're avocados, they're corn. Get non-GMO corn. Don't get GMO corn. It's going to destroy your guts. Pineapple, so you don't have to worry about organic pineapple. Just get regular pineapple. Onions, papaya, peas, eggplant, asparagus, cauliflower, cantaloupe, broccoli, mushrooms, cabbage, melon, and kiwi. So those aren't really highly sprayed, so just go and have conventional. You'll be fine. So we talked about that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so tip number 1 was don't put the toxins in, and I gave you like the major ones that are toxic, so just get rid of those and switch it up to the ones that are not toxic. Okay, so now the step number 2 is you got to get the bowels moving. You've got to get like 1 to 3 bowel movements a day, and I want to see nice firm stools, which means like peanut butter or a banana, that kind of like stool. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see mushy stuff, and I don't want to see really hard stools. So you want to get that nice consistency like peanut butter, okay? So how are we going to do that? Well, here's how we do it. So you want to put more plant foods into your diet that you can digest. So more plants will give you the non-fiber, so will give you the fiber to allow you to feed the colon, the bacteria in the colon, to get those toxins out. So you can have more stools when you do that. The other one is I want you to eat beets. Okay, so beets are really good to push the liver, to get that bile flowing, to get the fat-soluble toxins out. So you want to eat the beets. How much beets? I'd say about a 1/4 cup, maybe once or twice a day, with your protein and fat always. But anyways, get the beets in. I like grated beets because they're high in fiber. So get those beets in. They're also a good blood cleanser. The other thing I want you to do is you can get dandelion. So the dandelion greens are really, really good for the liver. Okay, so get those greens in there, especially the dandelion greens. And for me, I go and pick them in my backyard because we don't spray. So it's like free food. So I go and I pick a lot of dandelions, and hey, you could eat the flower too. Eat the whole thing, just don't eat the roots. You've got to roast those. So just eat the stem and the leaves and the flower and put that in your salads or stir fries. Eat those up, good for your liver, okay? The other thing is fermented foods, you have to be careful because if you may have a histamine response if you are quite toxic, which means you have this flush, this red flush, or you get like itchy, or you get like hives. That is a histamine response. That means your gut's really messed up and we really need to do the work to get it fixed, which exactly what I do, okay? So anybody listening, if you want some help with your digestive system, I am here for you because I've got the plan that really does work to get that working again, okay? And then you can enjoy these fermented foods, which allow for that good bowel movement to get you that flat stomach, okay? And if you are gonna try fermented foods, just go with like a teaspoon because they are so powerful in their effect to get the bowels moving that you don't wanna have like disaster pants by having too much, okay? I hope I made you laugh. It makes me laugh every time I say that. Anyway, so just have a little bit and just see how you feel. Okay, so really, okay, you promise? Because you're not gonna like me too much. If you have too much, you're gonna feel horrible the next day. You'll say, oh, Michelle, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Just have a little bit, okay, promise. Okay, so then the other thing is we can have beans and lentils, but only if they're sprouted or soaked. So we want sprouted lentils. We don't want regular lentils. We need to buy them sprouted or sprout them yourself. Or you could do what I do, which is soak mine. So, and I've got them soaking right now. So what you do is you put them in water and salt. You've got to put the salt in. Why? Because it'll act like a brine. It will draw out the toxins and the gut irritants, the gut irritants. Because if you don't do that, you may get like stomach ache. And you wonder why you have a stomach ache. It's because you haven't removed the gut irritants from the lentils. So I've got this soaking during the day and I'll just rinse it a few times, okay? And then it'll cook in way less time. This will cook in maybe 5 minutes. Okay, so I bought it sprouted. Even if I buy it sprouted, I still soak it. Yeah, I do. Just one of those types. I like to go, one of those A types. I like to take it all the way. And then, yeah, so your beans or lentils, make sure they're soaked or sprouted. Otherwise, I would not consume them because they're just going to hurt your guts. And then what we want to do is we want to increase foods that have naturally occurring butyric acid. What does that do? It helps to feed the colonocytes in your colon. Those are the good bacteria in your colon that help that colon be healthy, so you can get rid of the so you can have a healthy stool and have a healthy colon, which has, you know, far-reaching effects to have a healthy colon. And so the number one food for that is grass-fed butter. So I would consume a tablespoon of grass-fed butter a day. I mean, I would have like half a stick of butter because I love it so much, but really you just need 1 tablespoon of butter. It's the highest in butyric acid, which is a short chain fatty acid, which helps with the colonocytes to help you get things moving, okay? The other thing you can do is add resistant starch foods. These are certain plants that the body, it's a food for the colon as well, just like the short chain fatty acids I talked about. These are other vegetables that you can add into your diet that help to feed the good guys, so that you can get that flat stomach and get the toxins out. So what are they? Artichoke, okay? Garlic, onions, asparagus, potatoes, and bananas, but green bananas, not yellow bananas, green bananas. You know what I do? I wash the green bananas and I keep the peel, and I put half of the green banana into a smoothie with some berries. That is called resistant starch. That's really, really good for your bowels, okay? So eat the peel if they're green bananas. And then apples and apricots and raw carrots, not cooked carrots, raw carrots. So those are really, really good. And then the other thing you can do is make potatoes and then eat them cool. Because when they're cooled, they're higher in resistant starch, which is gonna get you that flat stomach, okay? So cooled potatoes. So I've talked about, step 1 is don't put the toxins in, and I talked about the main ones. Step 2 is, what did I do about step 2? Oh yeah, get the bowels moving. Sorry, I have this just in case I mess up, but I won't mess up. And then we want to get the kidneys moving. So how do we get the kidneys moving? Well, the number one thing you can do to get the kidneys moving, obviously, is to get your water in. Why aren't we drinking enough water? I'm telling you, my clients, we've got to get enough water in there, okay? So the best strategy for that is 1 liter of water before you have breakfast. And then what I want you to do is have 1 liter of water for every 50 pounds of body weight. So I'm 130 pounds, so I need 2.5 liters a day, but I probably have 3.5 because I do a lot of exercise. I do about an hour a day of different forms of exercise. And I want to put the water in because I'm excreting a lot of water in my sweat, right? So you want to get 1 liter of water for every 50 pounds of body weight, but the good strategy is to get 1 liter in before breakfast. Okay, that's really good. And then just drink the rest during the day, okay? But not too close to bed because you need to sleep. Okay, and then the other thing is, there's this signature of doctrines. I hope I said it right. Yeah, I did, doctrines. And what it is there's certain plants that mimic certain organs in our body. So kidneys, they look like kidney beans. So what they're saying is when you have kidney beans, remember, soaked and sprouted, you're actually gonna support your own kidneys, okay? So I like that. And I have kidney beans, but we have it as part of our dinner, never during the day. You don't want that starch during the day, it's gonna make you tired. Put half a cup of starch in with your dinner, okay? It's gonna help you sleep, which is also gonna help you detoxify. Why? It's gonna get the brain detoxifying. That's the only time your brain detoxifies is when you're sleeping, that good sleep. So get the starch in at your dinner time, not during the day. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is for our kidneys is chlorophyll is so good for kidneys. It's also really good for your blood and it gives you energy. And there's been studies on that. So what I'm gonna want you to do is have chlorophyll during the day. So how do you get chlorophyll? Well, green plants, or for me, I just actually take a shot of this and that's how I get my chlorophyll and it tastes good. So we talked about not putting toxins in. We talked about getting the bowels moving. We talked about getting the kidneys working, okay? And I'm gonna give you some bonus tips before you go because that's just what I like to do. So what we're gonna do is we are going to rebound or jump up and down. That's so important because it moves the stuff out. And it also helps your lymph system, which is your sewage system. It gets stuff out. So you know what? Just jump or move. Or I'm a rebounder, and I rebound every day. I rebound every day. So I count to 100. That's what I do. I'm a rebounder because it's fun. So you want to rebound, and you also want to get outside. What does the sunlight do? It actually helps to support serotonin production, which then helps with peristalsis, which then, oh, I got that in my mouth, which then moves the bowels so that you have proper movement. Your muscles are moving. It actually does stimulate that. It increases serotonin, and then you get the peristalsis, and then the toxins come out your stool. So I really hope that that's been helpful for you today. And remember, getting a flat stomach actually isn't that hard. I just want you to clear the toxins out, to detoxify. If you want help, I have like the simplest way to detoxify, and that is, I have a set of undas that I use. What I love about undas is it clears the liver, it clears the kidneys, and it clears the gut, all just by taking some drops. Okay, so what it does is it helps your body. It allows for the body to do its own work by stimulating the function of that. So that's what homeopathics do. It says, do this, do that, do that. So do the liver, do the kidney, do the gut. So that's what it does. Drops just unblock the body, do its own detox. And guess what? You feel good doing it too. That's the best part is, if you're on a detox and you feel horrible, you are on the wrong detox. Why? Because you're recirculating those toxins that you're trying to get out. That's ridiculous. You're actually inflaming your body even more. We gotta do the right detox. How do you know? You feel good on it and you have regular bowel movements. Okay, that's how you know you're on the right detox. You've got to feel good when you're on it. Okay, and that's what I love about these drops is you feel amazing. Okay, I'm on my own set of drops. I'm doing a hormone set right now because my body needed it. Okay, and so the other thing is you've got to get a good probiotic. Okay. So what I love about this one is that it's the right probiotic to start with, because you've got to put the right one in. You don't want to put the wrong one in because you're putting the wrong bugs in. These are the right ones. It's a good first start. So this is the brand that is efficacious. It's shown clinical studies to actually have an effect. So don't mess around with your probiotics. And also, if it doesn't tell you on the label to take it with food or without food, I don't trust it. Because this you have to take with food, otherwise it's not going to work. So please, be mindful of your probiotic, and if you want some help, I am here. Just ask Michelle. And then the last part of my detox is this, because it also soaks up the toxins that are being released from these guys. Because remember, if you're going to ask the body to release toxins, you better be soaking them up and get them out. Otherwise, you are in trouble. And I don't want you to be in trouble because you're watching this show, and I'm your guide to show you how to get that flat stomach. Okay, so if you have questions, please let me know, and I am here for you. And just direct message me or send me an email, askmichale@gmail.com. Get a hold of me that way. But I really hope this has been helpful. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I love to hear from you because I only want to give you stuff that you like. Okay? I want you to have a great day. Thanks for joining in.